Posty!
Well, I've no swearing now, dear, thank you very much.
It wasn't swearing, Posty. Bonjour is French for hello. We've been to France.
Aye, so I heard.
Did you miss us?
No, can't say as I did, really.
Oh, that's charming, I'm sure.
I expect Marjorie did.
Why, I wouldn't count on that. She seems to have spent most of her time getting bally with that there new Riddler chap.
A new Riddler? In Riddleton End?
Aye, and your friend Marjorie seems to think a lot of him. That's for sure.
Well, there's a surprise to come back to.
Yeah.
Marjorie! We're back!
Welcome home! Oh. Oh, it is lovely to see you. Did you have a wonderful time in France?
Yes, thank you. But it's good to be home again.
Oh.
Aye, and there have been a few changes since we've been away. I noticed you've found yourself a new friend.
Yes, Mossop. And you'll never guess who this is.
How can I, since we've never met each other before in my life?
Oh, I'm Eesup. Pleased to meet you. Eesup?
What? Eesup? Eesup, the famous Riddler storyteller? The Eesup what wrote those wonderful stories, Aesop's Foibles? You can't be him, he lived years and years and years ago.
That Eesup was my grandfather, and his son was called Eesup too, my father.
Now let's get this right, shall we? Your grandfather was the Aesop what wrote Aesop's Foibles, and your father was also called Aesop, and you are called Aesop as well.
We aren't very good at making up new names in my family.
But all of the Aesops are very good at making up stories, Mossop. I've started writing books for children again, and Aesop's been a great help. It's been wonderful. It's been really exciting working with a famous storyteller. Eesup, Eesup, the one with all the stories. Eesup, Eesup, the one who never fails to inspire you and excite you. With the things he'll sit and write you. Oh, here's to Aesop's most extraordinary tales. Stories, poems and foibles, he's got them by the score. Aesop's tales are sure to keep you coming back for more. Eesup, Eesup, the one with all the stories. Eesup, Eesup, the one who never fails to inspire you and excite you. With the things he'll sit and write you. Oh, here's to Aesop's most extraordinary tales.
Well, I'm sure it must be a great honour for you to have such a brilliant riddler as Eesup to help you with your stories, Marjorie. And I'm sure you've got plenty of things to talk about. So I won't take up any more of your valuable time.
Well, I wonder what's the matter with him.
Oh, clever, is he? Oh, yes, I bet he's clever. Oh, yeah, he can tell stories.
Well, I'm off, little brother. Off on my travels again. By the way, have you heard the news?
What news might that be?
We've got a very famous riddler staying in these parts.
Oh, yes, Eesup. I've met him.
Oh, well, what's he like?
Fine. Just fine.
It's got to be quite exciting for you, isn't it, having somebody like Eesup around,
Oh, well, Marjorie certainly seems to think so. It seems he's been helping her with some of her stories. It's all Eesup this and Eesup that. I don't expect she'll have much time for us common riddlers from now on.
You're jealous, little brother.
No?
You are. Jealous because he's so famous and you're not. Jealous because you think Marjorie might like him better than you.
Rubbish!
Well, you better get used to him being around. I understand they've fixed up Mr. Grimley's shed for him to live in. Sounds like he might be staying for quite a while.
Oh, mighty. Well, we'll see about that.
Mother, come and listen. Eesup's going to tell us a story. Please, Mossop. I'd like us to be friends. And it's a story I made up especially for you.
For me?
Sure thing. You are the Riddler of Riddleton End, after all.
Well, if you've gone to all that trouble.
Great. No. I'll close your eyes and try to picture the story. There was once a Riddler who had a really good friend, a woman who lived nearby in a little country cottage. The Riddler thought that she was the nicest, finest, kindest person he'd ever met. Then, one day, a stranger came to the area, a Riddler who didn't know anyone in these parts at all. And the woman proved how nice and fine and kind she was by making him welcome and becoming his friend. But the first Riddler didn't like that at all. No, man, he did not. He thought that the strange Riddler had stolen his friend, and so he decided to get even with him. And the way he planned to do this thing was, he set a trap above the door of the strange Riddler's home. Lots of nasty things would fall on his head as soon as he opened the door. No, the strange Riddler had invited the woman to come and have tea in his new home, and being a polite sort of fella, he stepped back to let the woman go through the door first. Well, man, it was terrible. All the nasty, horrible stuff fell on the woman as she went through the door. No. Tell me, who was hurt the most? The woman who got injured? The stranger who knew that the trap was really meant for him and felt guilty about letting the woman go through the door first? Or the Riddler who'd set the trap and saw his very good friend getting hurt in it? If you ask me, I'd say they all suffered pretty bad. And all because somebody got jealous when there was just no need for it.
I agree. It must have been terrible for all of them.
Well, I reckon it was worse for that stupid, jealous Riddler what set the trap. Excuse me.
Where are you going?
Just got to put something right. Up. Excuse me. You don't want to live in there, Eesup. Too dangerous by half is that there shed. Especially when folks set booby traps. Why don't you come and live with me down my well, eh? I think I could do with some company to nurse my injuries.